Welcome to the Cryptonaut podcast. My name is Mark Storrs, and with me as always is
Rob Morphy.
Robert, and
I'm Chris.
Hello, Christopher. Hello, Robert.
Hello.
We're back. Part 2, Arachnid Anarchy, Giant Spider Invasion.
Oh, yes.
So, Robert.
Yeah.
We've had some updates on the how many parts this is going to be.
We have.
Okay.
There has been a revision since last week.
Okay.
It is now a 4-parter.
Okay.
Because giant spiders, as we're going to be discussing this week, we started off with the weird shit, the biomechanical fuck-alls in the fields and the giant things landing in, basketball courts and hypnotic fucking green spiders and all that shit. That's fine. We got that out of the way because those were the anomalies. Now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of the big-ass spiders that are just there to envenomate you and fucking end your shit.
Okay.
But it requires 2 parts because the first one we're just going to deal with civilians dealing with these kinds of massive arachnids.
Normal, everyday, hardworking people.
Next one, war spiders are mostly conflict time interactions with these massive creatures. Some peacetime, but all involving the military.
Okay.
So this would have been far too long as one part. So we're going to have the giant spider invasion, then the war spiders, and then we move on to astral spiders in what is now the newly christened part 4.
Excellent.
Unless it changes again.
I love the breakdown.
Yeah.
I mean,
the minutiae. It's just
Dude.
like, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I do. That's what I'm doing all week. I'm figuring this shit out.
This might bring us right into October. I think it will.
It could very well,
Maybe
actually.
the very end.
Oh.
Yeah, because we're in the
Yeah,
close.
right, dude. So we're gonna ride the backs of spiders right into spooky season.
And then getting into some really spectral shit. Some classic poltergeist cases.
All right.
And that's going to carry us through into the proper spooky season.
All right, excellent. Well, without further ado, let's get started with this week's episode. For many, the sight of a spider of any size is enough to trigger an anxiety attack. But lurking in some of the most remote pockets of the world, and sometimes far too close to home, are an array of enigmatic arthropods. Massive monstrosities so aggressive, so utterly terrifying, that they'd make even the most ardent spider lovers' blood run cold.
Oh, icy cold.
Oh, that lovers almost got me, but you know what I did? I overcame.
You did.
Yeah, because I went to the New York State Fair and I talked to the people with the skull in the box about Jesus.
Oh,
She asked if I was going to go to hell,
wow.
and I said yes.
Did you really?
Yes,
What's in the skull?
I mean, that's fair.
The skull is just, it's like, what happens when you look like this? And then there's a skull, and they're like, are you going to hell? I was like, probably.
Oh, I thought you were supposed to look in the skull and then you see some shit or
Oh,
something.
could you imagine
I know,
the
man.
prophesizing?
I was so happy that they were there, and I'm going to have more fair stories on Patreon, but they're very nice people.
Okay.
Excellent.
I stole their 9/11 thing.
Sure.
Didn't really
mean-
steal it, I just demanded it.
No, I suppose they want to give out their literature. That's why
do.
they bring it. That's not called
I
stealing.
should have asked them about the spiders.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's spiders in hell, according to some lore, some
See.
medieval lore.
Yeah, there
Should
has
have
to
done
be.
it.
Some Boschian nightmare.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
Bosch thing for sure.
100%. That's
Yeah.
still the worst. It's both it's like the best and the worst Where's Waldo ever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
Fucking triptych of fucking hell and
Yeah.
ass play and fish-headed demons and all
Yep.
those fucking crazy things.
Random naked people getting tortured.
Honestly, someone should just take classic paintings and pop Waldo in there. Just make a book out of it.
We know plenty of very talented painters.
We
I'm
sure
sure
do.
they could do that.
We sure do.
All right,
but
man.
This week we're talking spiders.
Let's do it.
In 1975, immigrant, 2-time Wisconsin gubernatorial candidate and regional filmmaker extraordinaire Bill Rebane unleashed his unhinged micro-budget masterpiece, The Giant Spider Invasion on an Unsuspecting World. The film featured a bevy of spiders, tarantulas natch, who were trapped in fist-sized rocks that were released from a mini black hole on a farmer's back 40 following a meteor impact. Do not overthink it.
They got somebody-
Meteor impacts can open mini black holes,
Yes.
and small rocks full of spiders will shoot through. It's just called science.
I'm in.
So many questions.
Absolutely. The ensuing chaos was amplified by the fact that one of the spiders grew to staggering proportions with a body only slightly larger than that of a Volkswagen Beetle, which makes sense as that's what was used to propel the infernal fiend on its reign of terror throughout pastoral Wisconsin. Now, why do I bring this up? You may be asking. First off, I love bad movies. The success of this drive-in masterpiece netted the filmmaker a cool $22 million on his initial $300,000 investment, reaffirming yet again that no matter how goofy the premise or gleefully abhorrent the execution, there is just something about spiders that not only unnerved the populace, but drew them in with a morbid curiosity to see if the horrors wreaked on screen could compare to those already embedded in their imaginations. If those drive-in attendees, especially those in the rural South, only knew the kinds of venomous horrors that may have been lurking in the bush just beyond the flickering light reflected off the massive outdoor screen, there's every chance that they would have never left their homes. In his absolutely indispensable crypto compendium, Mirabilis, A Carnival of Cryptozoology and Unnatural History, British zoologist, cryptozoologist, and author Dr. Carl Schuker, who's fucking awesome, by the way, dedicated the chapter to the giant spider phenomenon, and in it he detailed an event that took place in Leesville, Louisiana, not far from where the now sadly long demolished Pines Drive-In was built in 1952. The case in question took place in 1948, just 4 years before that particular passion pit opened its doors, and that, I promise, will be my last drive-in reference, for this piece at least. Because even though it's one of the shittiest ways to watch a movie, it is my absolute fucking
I get it.
favorite way to watch a movie. We used to go a bunch for one summer, Chris.
Yeah.
And you mean Pepe?
Yeah, we went multiple times.
Oh, it was fun. Anyway, in a subsection of his book titled Giant Spiders in Suburbia, Schuker wrote, quote, "One of the most startling giant spider reports comes from Leesville in Louisiana, USA. According to William Sladen, it was here while walking northwards along Highway 171 to church one cool night in 1948 that he, his wife, and their 3 young grandsons had spied a gigantic spider. Hairy, black, and memorably described as the size of a wash tub. It emerged from a ditch just ahead of them and crossed the road before disappearing into some brush on the other side. Not surprisingly, the family never again walked that particular route to church at night." End quote. So we're going to be dealing more with Louisiana arachnids in the next episode too.
Okay.
But these big ass, seemingly subterranean spiders are apparently a problem, and it's known in some circles, and they really try to tamp it down.
Yeah.
Dude, the spider circle.
Yeah.
Those in the know.
The arachnid octagon.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Arachnagon. This would not be the last time abnormally large arachnids were encountered in Louisiana, but just for the moment, let's put a pin in that, as we'll be returning to the rural regions surrounding the Big Easy and its insidious arachnids in the next installment, which I forgot I wrote that, so I didn't really need to say that. There it is. For now, let's travel across the planet and back in time to East Africa, specifically the landlocked nation of Uganda in the late 1890s. It's here we'll be dealing with a creature whose existence goes back to a time immemorial. Known, feared, and even hunted by the indigenous Baka people of the Congo Basin for its allegedly delicious meat, these 8-legged anomalies were considered to be little more than native legend by the English forces who occupied Uganda, following it becoming a protectorate of the British Empire in 1894. But even the most skeptical of these invaders would come to realize that these brutal beasts were not the product of folklore, but an all too real and often lethal part of the realm they temporarily conquered. We are, of course, talking about the cryptozoological icon known as the Jabba Fofi. And y'all must have heard about that at some point.
I don't
The
think
name
so.
is familiar, and I definitely have heard about the giant spiders down there, but
Right.
I don't know if it's clicking yet. I'm sure you got some things here that are going to hopefully open
Oh,
it
I'm
up for
sure.
me.
Absolutely. In a January 24th, 2025 post in the Cryptid Crawlies section of Dave's Basement of the Bizarre blog, you can find that at basementofthebazaar.com.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, I think so too. The presumed proprietor of the site, Dave Albaugh, wrote, "The Jabba Fofi is deeply rooted in the oral traditions of the Baka people. Stories passed down through generations describe it as a spider of extraordinary size. Its leg span reaches up to 4 to 5 feet. Its body is dark brown or black with hairy legs and a robust abdomen. Its size enables it to build webs that span several feet across. These webs are typically situated between trees in dense forested areas. These webs, coupled with shallow burrows lined with webbing, are said to be its primary hunting tools. Worse yet, that's my own little opinion added in there. Unlike typical spiders which avoid human interaction, the Jabba is said to actively hunt. It constructs intricate traps to ensnare its prey. Alba unnervingly adds to this. One of the most chilling aspects of the Jabba legend is its purported intelligence. Descriptions from locals indicate that the spider exhibits cunning behavior such as luring prey into a web or even stalking targets. Observers note that the Jabba is capable of fast, sudden movements, making it a formidable predator. End quote. And yeah, a smart spider is like the last fucking thing we need.
Yeah,
smart,
man.
big and fast.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Big, fast, and smart. Fuck.
Yeah.
All right, so we're already we're already done.
Yeah.
Because as soon as they
Yeah.
decide to spread out,
Yeah.
Fucksville.
It pulls a calculator out, just doing trig.
Oh
You're
my
like,
God.
Fuck.
It's going to be a
Knows the
problem.
angles.
It knows, dude, it knows all
Knows
the
the angles. You can't dodge.
You can't.
He knows all
every
the
time,
fucking
every time
angles.
you think you outthink this fucker, it's like my
Yeah.
SAT score.
No, got it.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Bitch.
Such a creature is the stuff of nightmares, but it would be those who came into contact with the Jabba who would come to know true terror. In the November 13th, 2022 episode of the Always Creepy Bedtime Stories YouTube channel, the creators told what is thought to be the earliest known account of a European coming into contact with one of these sinister spiders. Quote, by far the most horrifying encounter alleged to have taken place between human beings and the Jabba is said to have occurred in Uganda in the late 1890s. The newly established British authorities received word that one of their citizens had passed away in a small village located not far from the shores of Lake Nyasa. Now, for any intrepid world travelers or even fucking armchair researchers like myself out there, a word of warning. You will find no such lake currently in Uganda. Nyasa is the name used by the Tanzanians to describe Lake Malawi, also known as Lago Nyasa in Mozambique, an African Great Lake and the southernmost lake in the East African Rift system located between Malawi, Mozambique, and Tanzania. It may be that Nyasa, or something very similar, was the name of one of the many freshwater bodies of water that lie within the borders of Uganda, as many of the lakes were renamed after English kings. So you got like Lake George and fucking all that kind of shit
Gotcha.
now. Right. Just like Lake Victoria.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, or more likely still, that at one point, one of the many chroniclers of these tales transcribed the wrong name, and it has forever after been the bane of modern researchers.
One little typo. That's all it takes.
That's all it takes.
Yep.
Whatever the case may be, in the tail end of the 19th century, a British Christian missionary named Arthur John Sims, sometimes referred to as Arthur Smith, so, it gets sketchy, was trekking through this inhospitable terrain accompanied by a pair of local porters. The reason why he and his men were hacking their way through this godforsaken green hell was that Sims was committed to spreading what he believed to be the good news to the indigenous Africans living within the Congo Basin, and he was willing to go through hell or high water to complete his appointed task. He had no idea that what he would encounter would be so much worse.
He was spreading good news.
The good news is a phrase that Christians use to teach about the workings of Christ.
Oh.
So they say,
you must have heard it.
I've got the good news.
Have you heard the news, or have you heard the good news?
No, I didn't know that was a thing.
Really? Yeah, that's an actual terminology used by missionaries.
When I go to the fair next year and I see my Baptist people, I'm like, have you heard the good news?
I mean, I'm sure they have.
Then I'll hand them the 9/11 pamphlet.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm the one in control.
That will be ironic.
It's me now.
I see it.
Yeah.
I see you doing it.
I convert them.
Wow, anti-missionary. Convert them back to their own religion. Well done.
Yeah.
Well played, sir.
They don't see that coming.
Nobody does.
No.
At some point in their long and treacherous journey, Sims and his men stopped at a remote village occupied by the Baka people, known in the Congo as the Bayaka, Bebayaka, Bebayaga, and the Bibaya. So, lots of names.
Oy.
Here you go.
It's a lot.
Yep. They are an ethnic group now inhabiting the southeastern rainforests of Cameroon, the Northern Republic of the Congo, northern Gabon, and the southwest region of the Central African Republic. Obviously, they didn't give a fuck about, established state lines because they were a tribe that lived there for God knows how long. The three men were evidently welcomed into the village, and they spent a pleasant few days getting to know their hosts. And if I'm familiar with missionaries, spreading the word about Jesus and his works, because there's no fucking way he wasn't doing that. Sims, having planted what he hoped would be a soon-to-blossom seed of Christianity into the Baka's collective mind garden, gathered up his gear with his porters in tow and headed back out into the wild to continue proselytizing. But as he and his men left town, upbeat, bellies full, and ready for their next adventure, they had no idea what was in store for them. As they chopped their way through the thick forest overgrowth, Sims and his men found themselves suddenly trapped. Not just by the ever-encroaching jungle foliage, but by something white and viscous that seemed to have been strung out like a net between the dense cluster of trees. Before they knew what was going on, Sims and his porters were hopelessly trapped in the gooey web-like substance, and that's when it happened. With a speed that was as uncanny as it was terrifying, a pair of massive spiders, one measuring over 4 feet across and the other perhaps 2 feet around, lunged out of the dark tunnel-like hollows in the base of the web and shot toward the now shrieking men. Try as they might to disentangle themselves, Sim and the porters only succeeded in wrapping even more silky strands around their extremities, and that's when they attacked. Not terrible. You know what?
The terrible men.
They're not bad guys.
Yeah.
They're just doing their best.
They're just, misguided, sure.
Son of a bitch.
Hopefully they have good intentions.
All right, let's get back in the zone. The terrified men could only struggle vainly as the darting Jabafofis, weird saying it plural.
Yeah, it's hard.
As the darting Jabafofis' hypodermic fangs repeatedly pierced their flesh, injecting them with glistening venom.
Oh, God.
The atavistic arthropods would bite, hop back, then immediately jump forward again for another chomp. For Sims and his men, it seemed as if all the sufferings of hell could be no worse than the living horrors attacking them now, filling their veins with an organ-dissolving venom that was already beginning to dull their senses, if not their pain and terror.
The venom just dissolves their organs?
That's what most venom does. Like, it gets in your system and starts breaking things down.
Man, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like acid.
Damn, really?
It's a bad thing. I mean, it's obviously toxic, therefore, I guess it's venomous. It's not poisonous. Poisonous is something you have to ingest. Venomous is what's injected in you. But
okay, well.
Yeah, but it does damage.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah. Sims, presumably standing between his two porters when the attack began, had received less bites than the men at his sides and had managed with great effort to unholster his revolver. Doing his best to defend his cohorts, the missionary repeatedly fired into the ferocious fiends but found his bullets had little to no effect. They did, however, slow down the speed of the attack, and in that moment, Sims, realizing that his porters were beyond help, managed to finally yank himself free from the sticky snare. Feeling the effects of the venom, he knew that he would need help, and soon. So he made his way back toward the Baka villagers who'd been so accommodating just a day earlier. Against all odds, the envenomated Sims managed to trudge nearly 24 hours back into the village. Once there, he collapsed and was immediately given what aid the Baka had to offer. Feverish and rambling, he told his caregivers what had happened, claiming that he was convinced that they were a mating pair laying in wait for prey and that the larger specimen was the female, which makes sense in a lot of arthropods, insects, things like that. Try as they might to reverse the effects of the Jabafofis' venom, the damage was done, and it was clear to all involved that their missionary guest was not destined to survive the night. The Baka sent word of Sim's death to a British garrison not too far away, and soldiers were swiftly dispatched to the area, only to be greeted with a simple but respectful grave marked with the name of the unlucky missionary. The villagers gave the soldiers his personal effects and related the story of his demise, adding a stern warning that they ought to be cautious while moving throughout the forest, as the Jabafofi were not only vicious, but truly crafty predators. The always eloquent narrators over at Bedtime Stories added the coda, quote, "This incident would go on to generate strict guidance for the occupying British troops not to venture too far into the forest and to heed any warnings offered to them by the native population," end quote. Good advice indeed.
Dude, when that becomes a narrative in the army, Don't go into the woods. There's giant spiders.
Yeah.
Imagine if you get stationed there, you're like, man, fuck.
No,
Like,
I know.
Shit. Like
jungle warfare is not bad enough.
yeah, really. If you could go try to take a piss or something.
Oh, right up,
Yeah.
right up on your dick
I think
hole.
blow torches need to be a thing.
Yeah,
Like, at this
agreed.
point, like-
I mean, they probably had cannons.
Yeah,
correct?
you got to clear an area. Well,
If they had cannons,
I mean,
hear me out.
in the 1890s, yes,
Cannon
they had cannons.
cannon warfare against the spiders.
I mean,
yeah, but you have to.
those are broad
Once you
strokes.
fire one, if you miss, then you're gonna
Cannon-
die because you have to fucking.
Cannon v spider.
Yeah, that's bazooka's better.
You got if they had bazookas in back then for sure.
They definitely had blow torches.
just a dude with a real early RPGs like this is gonna kill me or kill a spider. One of the two.
just
One
gotta
of us
figure it
is
out.
fucking going down.
Time Traveler gave it to me. It's awesome.
Yeah, dude, I'd take a grenade over a cannon.
Yeah.
Well, Gatling guns. They were a thing.
Oh, they were a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
4
you
or
go.
5 of them, mow down the entire lower part of the jungle.
But I think
aim
with
up.
fire though, then you get rid of webs, you get rid of everything. Fire,
Oh,
is just-
fire, right.
True.
You get rid
but
of
the
everything.
Gatling gun, you can reenact Predator.
Well, you could
right,
use
which
both.
they didn't know was out.
Which is very,
'Cause it was.
very many years to come, many years to come.
Fairly.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. If you're stationed there, man. Whew.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, tough.
Yeah, not good.
To this already unnerving report, the Encyclopedia of Cryptozoology adds, the Baca report that the Jabba Fofi used to construct huts, quote-unquote huts, made of leaves in the forest near villages, and that they caught their prey, which included animals as large as dukers, which are small to medium-sized antelopes native to sub-Saharan Africa, by spinning trip lines across game trails. Although they are reputed to be venomous enough to kill people, the Baca people themselves, despite giving them a wide berth, kill them when they encounter them, as they are considered a delicacy. According to the Baca, they were once quite common, but as of 2003, they had become rarer, although one had been seen in June of that year. End quote. The next sighting of one of these venomous vermin, at least by Western eyes, would take place just 30 years later. In his aforementioned book, Mirabilis, Dr. Schuker wrote, the eight-legged terror was first brought to attention in 2001 when cryptozoological explorer Bill Gibbons told me of a very frightening close encounter that had occurred one day back in 1938. This was when explorers Reginald and Marguerite Lloyd were driving along a jungle path in the Belgian Congo's interior. Suddenly, a figure stepped out onto the path just ahead of them, resembling a monkey or a small, stooped human. Reginald Lloyd stopped the car to let the figure pass and was astonished to see that it was a huge brown tarantula-like spider with a leg span of 3 to 4 feet. As he turned to grab his camera, however, the giant spider scuttled into the undergrowth and disappeared. Schuker adds, in November 2003, during an expedition to Cameroon seeking a mysterious long-necked water beast called the Mokele Mbembe,
Yeah,
the
baby.
best of the best,
Hell yeah.
the beast of the East.
Fuck yeah. Mokele Mumbembe.
We got to do that at some point.
Fuck, I fucking love it.
Gibbons mentioned to the Baca Pygmies the Lloyd sighting, originally recounted to him by their daughter Margaret. They were familiar with such creatures and provided him with additional information, end quote. But let's not for a moment assume that the wilds of Louisiana and Africa are the only places where giant spiders lurk. As any astute megafauna aficionado might guess, South America is literally crawling with such creatures. Our first South American incident was reported by Professor Podmore, DSc, that's Doctor of Science, MA, I think that means Masters, of Cambridge University in the Wednesday, October 24th, 1928 edition of Sydney's The World News, so an Australian newspaper reporting on something that happened in the Caribbean area. The account was sensationally titled, Man-Eating Spider, Gigantic, Muscular, Power.
Ooh, sounds kind of erotic.
It really is.
Very
I
erotic.
mean, do you want to fuck this thing or kill
Yeah,
it? What's
I mean,
going on?
like, what are we going to do?
Gigantic, muscular, and
Yeah,
power?
dude, come
Full?
on.
Oh my. Oh, the vapors.
Are we going to lift or fuck? What's going
What's
on?
going on, man?
Jesus.
Come on. And dealt with an account hailing from the nation of Suriname, which was then, after cavalcades of colonization and infighting between the Dutch and British, known as Dutch Guiana. Not to be confused with British Guyana, which eventually became Guyana, a place indelibly associated in the American mind with the mass murderer Jim Jones and its ill-fated cult. The more you know.
Guyana, the cult
And
of the
Man of War.
damned.
Yep.
And Man of War. Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Professor Podmore's article read, quote, when Madame Marian first described the loathsome spider monster, Mygale avicularia, excuse me, I'm fucking terrible with these words, the scientific world ridiculed it. Captain Stedman, however, I don't know why I said his name like that. Jesus. Pete fucking Brady?
No, it got me on my
fuck's going
toes.
on?
I mean, I was thinking, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, Stedman's here? Stedman?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the captain.
The Captain Stedman?
Cap Stead.
Where's Oprah?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, Stedman.
All right. Captain Stedman, however, subsequently secured a living specimen. This spider, he wrote, is so hideous that the very sight of it is sufficient to occasion a tremor, of abhorrence, even in persons most accustomed to inspect the deformities of nature.
It's so lofty.
Oh, God
That's
damn
such
it.
God.
Turn of the century thing. To
Totally.
say. You know what I mean?
It's
Like everyone was a fucking poet.
yeah.
Swear to God.
It's too much.
It really is. You're a fucking captain, bro.
Yeah, calm down, Stedman.
Wow.
Pump your brakes, brother. Jesus.
The article continues. The spider monster is sometimes of gigantic size and great muscular power. The body is dark green or black in color and clothed with short hairs mingled with bristles. The lower surfaces of the feet are covered with a thick pad of silky hair. So fucking weird. Furnished with adhesive power so that they are able to climb vertical sheets of glass. Which I guess makes sense for all spiders, but if it's a big one, that would seem like to be counterintuitive. But if they're that fucking sticky,
I mean,
with sticky silk
it's
on their feet,
also it's muscular
it's super powerful.
and powerful.
See,
We
that
know
would
that.
be really heavy. So, like, gravity's a thing with stuff
Yes.
like this. So it's like
It really
It's
is.
got to be pretty intense.
But muscle and power versus gravity.
Or a super
Yeah.
duper adhesive. It's hard knowing. But anyway, that's what they're saying.
Like Spider-Man.
So, sure.
Yeah.
Guyana, the abode of the
Nailed it.
spider monster. Jesus Christ. The abode of the spider monster, thank you, is an extensive region in the northeast part of South America. It is bounded by the Atlantic Ocean and is north of Brazil. Mysterious disappearances take place which are attributed to unknown monsters which dwell in the hidden solitudes of the impenetrable forest. Whilst, I love that word, spending the winter in the West Indies, that's in the Caribbean Sea. I got confused. I thought that was in the Pacific, and I got all fucked up in my head, but that's what Google's for.
Dude.
So while spending the winter in the West Indies some years ago, I came into contact with Mygale avicularia and have heard many reports of its fatal attacks upon man. The worst of them referred to a monster which dwelt in a cavern half hidden by moss shrubs near, Permacius. Is that right? Permacius.
Yeah.
Permassus?
Permacis.
Because it's sauce. It's like sausage, S-A-U-S.
Oh, yeah.
S-O-S, so
All right,
Permassus.
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 All right, we found it.
Sure.
Permassus in Hunstruck, Dutch Guyana. Jesus fucking Christ, these words. Some of the oldest inhabitants remember the strange disappearance of a young girl named Loisa Muller, who lived with her grandmother in a cottage near the cavern. She had gone out one morning to gather herbs and was never seen or heard of again. But her apron had been found a few days later near the mouth of the cavern. The superstitious mountaineers believed that the devil inhabited this dark, gloomy place, and terror spread throughout the district. So that's to be expected with the devil.
Yeah, dude. The devil's in the cave, man.
One evening, a man referred to only as T with a friend who was unnamed stood within 100 paces of this dreaded cavern in Spinbronn, which is weird.
Spinbronn.
Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
It sounds appropriate for a spider,
It
though.
does, totally.
The shrubs around the entrance were remarkably green. The water, as it flowed from the cavern, passed over the top of the rock, which was slightly hollowed, and there formed a small lake, from which it again burst forth and descended into the valley below. So nice little puddle and then waterfall thing.
Okay. It's kind of nice sounding.
It so all this verdant green.
Yeah.
Yeah. T decided to bathe while his friend gathered wild strawberries in the neighboring forest of the Rothelps.
I don't know if you,
the Rothelps.
I know.
I don't know if you bathe there, but okay.
I mean, you're sweating. You've been doing a lot of jungle shit.
I don't know,
You're
man.
going to take what you can.
I mean,
It turns out you're right. Spoiler alert. Real bad fucking call on T's part.
Yeah.
Just not that anyone saw it coming, right?
Go
That
get
wouldn't be in the story if
Exactly.
Yeah,
It would be-
true.
It was just about bathing in
Yep.
pastoral regions. This would not have
Sending
made
your
the cut.
friends to get some strawberries while you scrub your stank nuts. There you go.
Wasn't worth it. Stank nuts are better than death.
No.
Certain death.
The devil spider is coming for you.
Oh, I like it. So metal.
There it is.
An hour afterwards, the latter returned, but T's clothes were all that he could see. The sun was going down and the shadows were lengthening. He climbed onto the rock above the cavern and looked around on all sides. There was nobody to be seen. He called. There was no answer. Only the sound of his voice was repeated by the echoes, which filled him with horror. Night was coming on. Suddenly he remembered the disappearance of Loisa Muller and hurried, down to the front of the cavern. There he stopped in affright. God, I love these words. And glancing toward the entrance, saw two red, motionless points. Then some dark object moved further back, further perhaps than any human eye had ever penetrated. I don't know how the doctor knows this, but fucking Podmore's on the fucking case.
Well, you have to add the fluff. Father,
You got to add the fluff.
perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. He threw in the perhaps.
Ever seen
By man.
now and in the future.
The darkest depths that no man, no woman, no person shall ever know.
There it is.
In the cave of the spider of the devil.
And terrified beyond control, the man bounded over rooks and shrubs to a place of safety, end quote. It was then that this man of letters took it upon himself to describe in lurid detail what must have happened to the missing bather. So at this point, this motherfucker is just sure he knows what happened without any direct evidence except that he was missing and his clothes were there.
So he just spun a little tale.
I mean, let's just keep reading.
All right, cool.
T had entered the water and commenced to bathe. The spider monster saw his bare back from its loathsome den. He had been fasting for some time and was hungry.
Why?
Fucking, I don't know.
Then the religious holiday?
Then the white Then the white arm on the water attracted him. All of a sudden it rushed out and put its filthy claws around the man's neck. It stung him and went back. Soon the poor sufferer fell into the water and died. Then the spider returned, spun its web around him, and swam slowly, gently back to the extremity of the cavern, drawing T after it by the thread attached to its own body. This, the professor adds, was assumed by those who knew of the terrible story of T's fate.
Okay.
So, it's a legendary monster, Devil Cavern. It just makes sense. That night, so there was a reaction. The frenzied inhabitants approached the cavern, armed with axes and two immense carts laden with wood, which they piled before the opening of the cavern and placed stakes against them to prevent their being carried away by the water. Then, with a lighted torch, the whole pile was fired. Thick volumes of smoke proceeded from the cavern, and in about a quarter of an hour, a black object with long, crooked claws suddenly appeared in the shadows, and then threw itself forward at the opening.
They smoked it out of its hole?
They smoked it out of its hole.
Okay.
Shit, they pulled a George W. Holy shit.
One of the men, fearing that it would leap over the fire, threw his hatchet and aimed at the creature so well that for an instant the blood which flowed from its wound half quenched the fire. But soon the flame revived, thank the baby, and the horrible insect, okay, I'll let it ride, was consumed. Driven by heat, the spider had taken refuge in its den. Then, suffocated by the smoke, it had returned to the charge and rushed into the middle of the flames. The body of the horrible creature was as large as a man's and most repulsive in appearance. Podmore concludes with, probably other such loathsome monsters dwell in the untrodden, darksome wastes of the Amazon, but this may have been the last of the giant species. End quote. All right, so taking this for what it is, and it's a newspaper report from the 1928, and you don't know the caliber of the reporting necessarily, but At least the end part seems to be from eyewitness accounts. Not saying it's true,
Right.
but at least seems to be.
Yeah.
So there was a fucking spider.
Okay.
So if you see a spider and it attacks, assuming everything that these farmers saw happened,
Mm-hmm.
then I suppose it's reasonable to assume that if fucking T was bathing in the fucking mouth of its den and is suddenly gone, even though nobody saw it happen,
Right.
maybe that's what fucking happened.
Mm.
We don't know.
Faked his own death.
Faked his own
They'll
death.
think the spider got me.
Blamed the spider. Changed his name to F.
He was just tired of living in
Yeah.
the way he was living.
He just wanted. He
Fake his own
needed a whole new start, man. He was gonna write a whole new chapter in his book
Yeah.
of life.
Right.
That's true.
He's like, you know what? I want to be B.
Yeah, I'm
That's
tired
right.
of being T. I want to be B
Yeah.
or F,
Makes
as Rob
sense.
said.
Sure, whatever. Pick a letter. Got 20 something.
I really enjoy the fact that they smoke it out of its. And you got the one
And
dude
the
who's
hatchet
really
fucker.
he's really handy with a hatchet. You ever tried throwing a hatchet?
I have.
They are fucking unwieldy.
Unwieldy as
Yeah.
shit.
Jesus
You
Christ.
think it would be so naturally balanced it would
No,
float to the
Not
target?
at all, dude. I always land them
No.
in the ground.
Oh,
or
it's so hard.
like in my foot, not my foot,
No,
but like
well,
close
yeah.
to my foot.
Too
Like,
close.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just. But this guy's, the hatchet master apparently.
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
Possible early juggalo. Just putting it out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, he may have crafted it specifically for throwing.
He could have. Yeah.
Yeah, because normal hatchets aren't like they. I think they do make hatchets, throwing hatchets.
Right.
They are built.
I wonder
different.
if they
You
had
probably
them in
hit
the 1920s though. Maybe not. Maybe they did. Who knows? Hucking hatchets. Everyone needs one.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
We don't
I don't
know.
know. Some leftover steampunk shit.
Just,
Oh my god.
all I hear is woo woo, and a fucking hatchet goes flying. You're like, fuck,
Steam powered hatchet, dude.
dude.
Flying through the air. Can you imagine?
I love it.
I just,
Oh.
Get down.
Okay. It should be noted that the species referred to in the opening, which I'm going to mispronounce again, Mygale avicularia, is a name that refers to a tarantula native to Venezuela, Guyana, Suriname, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, French Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, Peru, Bolivia, and Brazil.
Oh damn.
This arboreal species is often called the Guyana pink toe or the South American pink toe tarantula because it's black on top and it's pink toes. That's all you need to know about
Sweet.
that. And is popular with those 6 sons of bitches who willfully let these venomous vermin into their home under the guise of being quote unquote pets. Motherfuckers.
We love you, spider people.
We do.
We saw your messages. We got your emails. We heard you. Yes, they are your
No,
pets and you love them.
it's
and
all
it's
good.
okay.
Listen, just because we have a mortal fear doesn't mean we wish you ill.
No, we don't. I hope you and your many spiders all have a happy existence together
Yeah.
and you celebrate a good Christmas.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
watch
Oh
your
my God.
movies.
Little Santa hat and a tarantula.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
Yeah.
adorable.
I'll cry. It's fine.
Oh my
I'll be in the
God.
corner crying. I'll cry. It's okay. Not a big deal. I respect your love and admiration for these terrifying creatures that make me, as aforementioned, want to cry.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
That's fair.
Excellent.
That's fair. Sorry, I called you 6 sons of bitches. You brave
You
souls.
brave people.
You brave, foolish people.
Yeah, my God, with your venomous little pet of love, whatever it
This
is.
is what you pay for to call your names.
It's true. Yay.
Oh, it's funny.
Continuing our South American tour, we once again refer to the prodigious reporting of Dr. Schuker. Quote, reports of comparably massive spiders have also been recorded from the rainforests of Venezuela and South America. In 2008, the American television series Monster Quest, which I got to admit, never quite lived up to the hype for me.
No, sadly.
For
it
whatever,
just-
whatever it's worth.
Great opening.
Great opening.
A lot of potential.
Dude, I was so excited.
A lot of potential.
Couldn't have
but-
been more excited.
Whew, boy, did it just kind of like...
It just sort of petered out, yeah. Sad wonk.
Went to that Price is Right noise.
Totally.
Yeah.
But anyway, they sent tarantula expert Rick C. West to investigate such stories in the field via a short-filmed expedition to some Venezuelan jungle villages near the Orinoco River. Thank you. Sorry, reading fucking. That's all they do
I
for
think it's
a living.
Orinoco, but
Or
according to Enya.
Orinoco. Oh, Orinoco.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Orinoco.
According to
You
Enya.
could have saved me, man. Shit.
I let the Enya run according to Enya.
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, yeah. Or
Yeah, it sounds a lot better
Love
than
Enya.
Orinoco. Like I'm trying to fucking pronounce it. And with the border with Colombia. During his 3-day foray, he was accompanied by a team of local helpers and an experienced Amazon guide, Juan Carlos Ramirez. West began his quest by visiting the village of San Rafael de Manuare. Let's just go with that. Here, one of the villagers attested that as a child, he had seen a giant tarantula-like spider capture a small dog from the village and drag it off into the jungle. So that's a fucking terrifying childhood memory.
That's fucking scary. It's a big-ass spider.
Its opisthothoma, often referred to, as they happen to been, because fucking I had to look it up,
Yeah.
was as big as a basketball, and when it reared up, it was the size of a human. If such a gigantic spider existed and its fangs were in proportion to the rest of its body, they would probably measure 6 to 9 inches long, although such claims would incite considerable scientific skepticism. Ramirez was convinced of the villagers' veracity, stating that they know the local fauna very well and would not mistake something familiar, such as a monkey or a sloth on the ground, for a giant spider. West and his team also visited Pandari, a village deeper in the mountains. Here, 2 inhabitants, Antonio and his son Simone, spoke of a small child who had disappeared, never to return, which had been blamed upon giant spiders. In addition, so real is the Pandari villagers' fear of such creatures that they even engineer their huts specifically to keep them out, building thatched roofs that extend all the way down to the ground, thus yielding dense, tightly interwoven barricades.
Good idea.
Yeah. Dr. Schuker added that in 2011, British cinematographer Richard Terry saw horse-killing, child-abducting giant spiders in Colombia's rainforest for the television series Man vs. Monster. He didn't find either, but villagers claim that these dreaded beasts inhabited subterranean layers opening onto the forest floor via huge holes. Put a pin in this, too, because the idea of a subterranean labyrinth occupied by improbably large arthropods will again rear its abhorrent head.
Yeah.
In less expected environs, Schuker notes that, quote, on 11 February 2013, Adam Bird from Nottingham, England, shared the following remarkable, never-before publicized account on Facebook. It was related to him by a local librarian, Sheila, who had encountered the spider in question about 12 years earlier. One evening, Sheila was driving home along Nottingham's Stonebridge Road, on one side of which was a farm, still there today, and on the other side a disused factory, now demolished. As she approached the factory, her car's headlights lit up what she thought was at first a hedgehog crawling towards the factory site. As she drove nearer, however, she realized to her horror that it was a huge, hairy, tarantula-like spider. Sheila estimated that its body alone was the size of a large dinner plate, and when the length of its legs were added, she deemed the total width to be about 2 feet. She continued to watch it as it scuttled across the road and through the fence into the factory. Then she quickly drove away, but not surprisingly, the memory of this spine-chilling encounter has remained with her ever since, end quote. And I don't know what you do. I think my first temptation is to speed up, hit it with a fucking tire, and end it. Because it's too much. It's too big.
I would be concerned that if I got in contact with it, it would best me and my automobile.
See,
one of those things you can't take a chance that that thing moves too quick, dude. It just leaps, jumps in your window, your food. It drags your body
all
to
right,
the factory.
if your windows are open,
Eats
it's,
your fucking
it's a different
balls.
story.
Yeah,
it's a completely different story.
Same.
But if your windows are closed, I think the problem would be if you hit it or felt like you hit it, and then you drove and you didn't see it specifically behind.
Yeah, dude.
I would be terrified it was like on the undercarriage waiting for me to get out, and then like when I'm
Yeah.
in the garage, it fucking crawls out. And
Thanks
fucking,
for the ride, lady.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks for the ride.
I know, Creepshow 2,
Yes,
the hitchhike episode is exactly it.
Or at one point he's just flat.
Oh.
You're like, he's not even a thing anymore.
It was such shit.
He's literally flat.
It actually worked, that part.
Fucking love that
I
one.
like the raft too.
Yeah, the raft is good too. But
Yeah.
I love
The
that.
first one sucked. But yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and it was all right.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
But anyway, yeah. No,
Yeah, man. I say just
keep.
take a mental note of this. Don't go to that factory. Keep driving, and when you see that fucker for sale, know that everyone that buys it and works in there is going to die.
Yep.
There you go.
That's just a fact.
Fair and
And-
balanced.
In his riveting 2016 tome, A Menagerie of Mysterious Beasts, author and cryptozoologist Ken Gerhard wrote, I was admittedly shocked when I was contacted by a man from College Park, Georgia, who described an encounter with a nightmare-sized specimen. The witness, Christopher Williams, has an impressive background, having worked as a fireman and EMT for the past 15 years. As William tells it, he was mowing his grass one early summer morning a few years ago, and When he bumped his lawnmower into the side of a tall pine tree in his front yard, the impact caused something to move. Out of the corner of his eye, Williams detected something that was brown in color, easing slowly up the tree. As he turned to look, he was horrified to realize that the object in question was, in fact, the father of all wolf spiders, and in his own words, was at least 11 inches long, as big as a house cat.
Oh man, that is the fucking father of all wolf spiders.
That's fucking huge.
Shit.
Like the body 11 inches, then maybe 4 or 5 across, and then add the legs.
Well, it's bigger than a goddamn raccoon.
Yeah, it's problematic.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh.
That's when you got to call the raccoons for help. Reinforcements, boys.
It's the only way.
Bring the torches.
Bring the tin foil and the fucking birdseed.
Do
Whatever
something,
the fuck you
man.
want.
Whatever you got. Bring on the lighters you can.
Immediately aware that he was looking at something that was not supposed to exist, Williams backed up slowly and headed into the house in order to retrieve either his camera or cell phone. He was admittedly concerned that such a move could place him in danger, as it might motivate the enormous arachnid to pounce on him. By the time William returned a couple of minutes later with camera in hand, the thing, as of course it always does, had disappeared.
I went back to the void.
I know.
It did.
Though he did the right thing. He saw and immediately went to collect the tools he needed for evidence. Too bad he didn't have it on him, but what can you do?
And then he'll record a 2-second video.
Yeah, you're right. All I can add to this perplexing mystery is that despite the extraordinary nature of his claim, this is Ken Gerhard still talking, over the phone, Williams came off as an impressively sincere and credible eyewitness, end quote. Jesus Christ. And the coat's over.
Yeah. I mean, coats are just starting.
Wow.
End coat.
Jesus Christ. Get paid to do this. Regarding Gerhard's posting of the above case to Facebook, Dr. Schuker, in his article, Giant Spiders, Monstrous Myth or Terrifying Truth, ? On his always fascinating Schuker Nature blog, that's Carl Schuker Blogspot. I think it's carlschuker.blogspot.com.
Sounds about right for Blogspot.
Wrote this, quote, Ken's Facebook post recalling Atlanta's mega arachnid shortly afterwards received a response from a mutual Facebook friend, Kimberly Popey. I think it's Popey. Who recalled 2 further reports of giant spiders in the USA, both of which were new to me, and she later added a few additional details on her own Facebook timeline following my request for any further information that she may have. According to one of these reports, a couple pulling up in their motor vehicle to their house's open drive near the Everglades in Florida reputedly spied a puppy-sized spider squatting in the garage's open doorway. But when they pulled up, it wandered off into the bushes. Kimberly believes that this occurred within the last 20 years. So that, I mean, you can't live there anymore, right?
I mean, if there's a spider taking a shit in your garage,
yeah,
or looking like it's going to,
because then you're like, I mean, it already could have laid eggs in your garage. You don't, I mean, once it's out, you shut the door quick, and then you think, but what if its mate was in there?
Yeah.
What if others are in
That's
there?
the problem. If it's near the place where you reside,
Yeah.
like the place in the factory or whatever, it's like
Fine.
fucking drive around it. You're here.
You'd never
You're
go
good.
there again. Yeah.
You're gonna live over here and
Yep.
pretend that didn't happen.
Absolutely.
When shit's like right outside your house, or like
I mean, even the dude
Yeah,
like cutting his grass and the things in the tree.
Oh, it's too much.
Like it's way too close.
Like, I mean, you're mowing your lawn with what, like a big fucking sun umbrella just in case?
Yeah, right.
I mean, what do? You call exterminators, that's for sure.
You can get some cool like black metal gauntlets.
Yeah.
just in case
It's
it gets
true.
near you.
oh,
my
like,
God.
man,
Leg protectors.
Chris is mowing the lawn real weird. Really into it.
It's weird.
Yeah.
In the second incident, 2 sewer operatives in New York City were working on a water line in a crawl space within an old building's basement when in their flashlights beam, many eyes shone back at them.
Yeah.
And supposedly the beam further revealed that these eyes belonged to a huge spider bigger than a rat. Kimberly believes that this occurred sometime during the 1960s or 1970s, and she recalls that the 2 operatives refused to go back in there afterwards.
As a fellow sewer operative, I too would refuse to go back there.
That's fair.
yeah.
Have you ever seen anything big? Weird?
Not optimal.
No.
Thank
No, I
God.
haven't. No, I mean, dead raccoons, dead ducks. Oh, you know what? I did see a really big, weird, it was enormous cockroach.
Really?
Yeah, in the back of our plant at our ultraviolet system that purifies the water. It sometimes collects debris and like algae.
Did the
And
radiation make it big, like a 50s horror film?
it was so stupid size, I thought it was fake. I'm like, who has it? Like, this is a giant fake roach. And I'm like, oh shit, it's not fake. It's a real enormous roach.
It was thriving.
Yeah,
It's huge.
that's normal size for down south.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is, they for sure live in sewers and stuff like that. It's perfect
Right.
area for 'em.
Sure.
So when the storm comes through and flushes everything out, the wolf spider of all roaches apparently got stuck in the UV and just it didn't get irradiated. It just got burned.
Oh no, that's a master roach.
Yeah, dude, that
Oh,
thing.
it is.
Yeah, but
I don't
no.
know. I like to choose to believe, even though I know it's absurd. I know that toxic waste and radiation causes cancer and bad things.
Yeah,
But there's part of me that has that Spider-Man Daredevil
know,
dream,
man, we
and,
want it.
and more,
Yeah,
I
every-
guess,
every
acutely, where like them and like thousands of other movies from the fucking 50s and beyond, where it was toxic. Toxic waste was the 70s and 60s a little
Yeah.
bit, and it was always radiation in the 50s. But it just mutates the fuck out of something, and you got to deal with the fucking deadly mantis or what the fuck ever.
Yeah, man.
I
Yeah.
love those movies so much.
Cancer free and just enormous.
Yeah,
There you go.
that's exactly. It's what you root for.
Totally.
Fuck. It's
Mm.
never happening. Our next hackles raising case takes us to the island of Hispaniola in the Caribbean Sea. Hispaniola is one of only a pair of islands in the Caribbean shared by two sovereign states, in this case Haiti and the Dominican Republic. It is the latter of the two that will concern us today. The incident comes to us in the form of a report submitted to the National Cryptid Society.org, which was posted on June 30th, 2017 as NCS case file number 21, unusually large spider observed in hotel room in the Dominican Republic. Very clear and efficient. I like that. And it involved a vacationing couple who had a nightmare fuel run-in with an alarmingly large arachnid. In the post, the user, identifying herself only as Kitty Pie 75, and I'm not going to touch that with a
No.
10-foot pole,
Let it go.
who wrote, quote, "We don't know what we saw. We were in the Dominican Republic staying at a locally owned hotel. It was a nice hotel, but nothing luxe. And very open air sort of place. We had gone out for dinner and enjoyed a bottle of wine, but weren't drunk or anything. I'm reading in bed, and my husband comes out of the bathroom completely white-faced in shock. There's a spider in the bathroom. I look at him and laugh. Spiders in the Dominican Republic are big, but nothing to freak over. He looked as if he had seen Satan himself by his expression.
I mean,
So I go into the bathroom. All I see are four thick, hairy, orange and black legs coming out of the sink basin. They were at least 10 inches long and at least as thick as pencils.
Jesus.
Very hairy. From about 5 feet away, I could see the separate orange and black hairs. I'm short, so I couldn't see the whole thing over the sink. From the distance I was at, there was a towel blocking direct view plus the sink basin. But just by the legs I knew I was looking at an almost 2-foot long spider. I calmly walk back to my husband. Did you see it? Did you see it? I nod, and we leave the room to get help from the front desk. Our broken Spanish had the staffers in hysterical laughter, not to mention what they took as overreacting tourists scared of a little spider. One staffer, Jose, came to look, and it was gone. Jose tells us that he has at least 3 in his home, which is when I realize that these people either don't believe me or they don't understand what I'm saying. I've lived in a tropical climate before. There's no way in hell you'd share a home with the spider we saw.
Dude, Jose's got 3 at home just chilling
Just chilling.
in the corner playing cards, smoking butts.
It gets rid of the rats.
Yeah,
Takes care of everything.
Oh,
It's always smoking
Well,
butts.
It's
man,
now.
always smoking butts, dude. It goes on a grocery run for you, brings back some beers, brings garbage out. It's kind of a cool roommate, actually.
You don't get your change, but what the hell?
Yeah, who
right,
cares?
maybe like
Keep
kills
it.
the bats that get in or something.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of
Just
normal
charged
ones
up
killing
the wall.
mosquitoes or whatever, they're
Yep.
just crushing bats.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
It's a badass.
They got cool little hats.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hats.
Yeah, got the little hats, like little newsy hats.
oh my.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's part of their spider culture.
So they chain smoke?
Yeah.
They dress in 1930s headgear? It's fantastic.
They're like my grandfather.
Oh my God, I love it.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Dude, I wear that. I don't smoke, but Jesus Christ, I love those hats.
There you
Better if
go.
they braise.
Oh, little French spiders.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I meant
dude.
like, just attack berets.
Oh, the red berets.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's even
Wasn't
better.
that British Special Forces?
Oh, who's that guy? The
Maybe.
Guardian Angels, like Richard,
Oh, yeah.
whatever his name is.
Jesus, I haven't thought about that in
dude,
forever.
That guy's
He's running
Super sus?
for mayor again.
Oh,
Apparently,
I have no idea.
he's bonkers.
yeah,
man.
he's super.
I do remember
bonkers.
as a kid, though, all the time the news would be like, "Oh, the Guardian Angels, these golden vigilantes that
Yeah,
come from
yeah,
on
that was
high,
the
They
thing.
had
protect
cool
the
hats.
downtrodden."
They had cool hats. They had cool jackets. They look like a cool like breakdancing.
I was
gang.
young enough to think that they were
Yeah.
probably effective. As an old man, and I don't know anything,
never-
and
they
I
might have
never,
been, I don't know.
never researched any of it. Maybe they did. Maybe they did protect things. It just seems to me like, oh boy, that's a recipe
I just
for
want-
disaster.
Yeah.
I want the jacket.
Of course you do.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
There you go.
looking tough.
All
Looking
right.
tough. I'm tough. I'm
All
tough.
right.
Looking tough.
Really?
Oh
Just
my
walking
God.
around.
I'm tough.
Look tough.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the Dominican Republic. We're
Okay.
not quite done.
We're back to
Okay.
the Dominican.
This is Kitty Pie speaking again. God bless.
Kitty pie.
A day later, and we have a normal spider infestation. I go to the desk and ask for bug spray. The staffers are still having a laugh at our expense, but the same guy, Jose, comes up with me with the spray. We are cleaning up the spiders, which are about 5 inches long or so, daddy long leg types. He is surprised that I'm suddenly not scared by these spiders. He asks why, and I inform him that these spiders aren't what we saw the other night, and I use my hands to show him the size of what we saw. His mouth dropped. I've never seen anything, I've never heard of anything like that in my entire life in the Dominican Republic. But who knows what comes out of the jungle? It wasn't until a little while later that my husband, while discussing Harry, our pet name for this spider, realized that I had only seen half of it. My estimate of 10-inch legs plus 10-inch legs for a total of about 20 inches or 2 feet was severely off. He saw the whole body, and the body minus the legs was as wide as an entire hand, a grown man's hand. So it's likely it was way bigger than 2 feet in diameter. He also said that there were multiple big black eyes. I've since gone on to numerous arachnid websites and had even contacted arachnologists to try to identify what we saw. Most came back suggesting a Mexican spider. The spider that was recommended to us was the Mexican red knee spider. The colors are right, as is the texture of the fur, but I mean, there's no way what we saw could fit on a man's hand. That might have somehow gotten into the Dominican Republic in someone's luggage, but that spider is not what we saw. What we saw was basically a Spidersaurus rex. The only way I can describe it is it was not unlike a furry snow crab.
Interesting.
End quote.
Hmm.
That's another thing to put a pin in. We're going to be talking about different kinds of arthropods and some of the things that we might be dealing with. But the science will come next week with the military shit, so don't worry about that yet, anybody.
Okay.
Sorry.
Finally, the website villains.com chronicled an event that allegedly occurred in 2010 wherein a group, while driving through an isolated mountain range that rises in western South Dakota and extends into Wyoming, known as the Black Hills, encountered something that beggars belief. The travelers claim that while cruising through the rough terrain on the Dakota side of the hills, a spider that was over 10 feet wide shot out in front of their vehicle and streaked across the road. It was only the driver's quick reaction that saved them from a head-on collision with this crawling abomination. Hard to believe, in that northern of a climb, a 10-fucking-foot spider.
Yeah, that's...
But then again, even if it was a 7-foot spider and they're just scared and overestimating the size, still, I mean, it's biologically improbable, if not impossible, but fuck it. They're seeing it. Who knows?
Does that thing eat cattle?
I mean, it would have to.
Would have to eat. It would the food that thing would require to survive. My God,
It would explain exsanguination.
it would. It's true.
But I mean, I don't know how far their range would be and never to have been seen, but these fucking guys off-roading
Yeah,
in,
like
the Black Hills.
huh?
Yeah.
It is kind of crazy. There's
Okay.
other, most assuredly, apocryphal stories of like people seeing a giant spider at the Grand Canyon, but you trace that story back far enough, you find the Weekly World News. Hence,
Oh,
we
yeah.
didn't really
Yeah.
break it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all very interesting, and there's certainly really interesting ways that arthropods that big could function. But to function without being known, especially in North America, would seem to be a little difficult.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
But anyway, though these cases represent a wide range of sightings from Africa, Europe, and North and South America, they're just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to big-ass spider reports. Next week, we'll pick up where we left off on this hair-raising trip around the world with even more alarming encounters reported by military personnel. So everybody get yourself ready for the next episode, Arachnid Anarchy Part 3, War Spiders.
Oh, and there it is,
course.
Arachnid Anarchy Part 2, Giant Spider Invasion. So I guess the way that I lean towards a lot of these is like, I guess I give like the jungle stories more credence because I'm assuming there's more spots to hide in the jungle.
Sure.
Because like you were like you were just talking about with, you know, these things being so large and not being seen. Like in North America, you'd have to be going underground. There's the only spot you can really go. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
like I was blown away when I learned that porcupines live in trees and they spend a good portion of their life in trees. And I'm
Yeah.
like, my God, I had no idea.
Right.
And I'm like, well, I've never seen a porcupine. They're like, you've never looked up. I'm like, you're correct. I learned about this in the Adirondacks. Recently, I learned about fisher cats that are in the area. I've never, until last year, or maybe the year prior to that, 2 years, 3 years ago, even knew those things existed.
Right.
Had no clue. I'm going to assume, though, giant spiders, 100% people would fucking know about these things.
You would think.
I wonder. The cabal to hide the spiders.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. What's up with that?
The Arachnagon.
Dare I say big spider?
Oh, my.
Eh?
I mean, you did.
All right.
So you dared.
There you go. I did. I had to.
So I agree with you in the sense that, like, you tell me that there was a massive ass spider coming out of your basin in the Dominican Republic. Fuck yeah. Congo Basin, all the live long day.
Yep.
I think there's dinosaurs down there. I think there's fucking proto-humanoid semi-simians. I think there's all sorts of shit because it is a place of such difficulty to get to and isolation that things could evolve in a way just the way Australia did, and that it's not you wouldn't see it anywhere on Earth. It would be very unique to that area. And a living sauropod, no more a dinosaur than an alligator. And if it did survive, Mokele Mbembe, take for example, which is described as a long-necked sauropod type dinosaur, it would be definitely an evolutionary offshoot. Even if it could be traced back to dinosaur lineage, and I suppose, I mean, probably we can too to a certain degree. I don't know if we're directly connected to the dinosaurs, but we branch off from a mutual ancestor. So I think there's probably a creature that represents something that looks like a dinosaur there. I also think giant spiders could very easily thrive in a dense jungle environment.
They'd have the food. That's the thing is like you'd have the food. You'd have the area to like spread out and breed and do your shit. But like, yeah, man, I don't know. Like, I don't want to believe that giant spiders are in North America. They're the size.
Ooh, you're gonna have a hard time next week.
I know, man.
I mean, spiders like have like shitloads of babies, unless maybe these ones don't.
Maybe they don't, but they do have shitloads of babies. Like I've seen egg sacs
burst
burst open, and it is the stuff of fucking
So
nightmares.
you'd think there'd be more. You'd think we'd have one in a museum somewhere, like a
It's
out
true.
of control giant one, not just like a maybe 2 foot.
I mean, it's got to be that they're either living underground or they're paranormal.
And definitely subterranean is one of the things.
Fucking ghost spiders. When you think about it.
or the ghosts.
Or the ghosts.
They're ghosts.
They're not real, or the fucking ghosts.
Not real. It's goddamn phantasmagorical spiders from hell.
I mean, there were ancient giant spiders.
Okay.
And I mean, who's to say they don't have souls or whatever incarnate thing that would, leave itself as a
modern
ghost.
day dinosaur sightings, dude. Modern day ghost dinosaur sightings.
Oh my God. The ghost Nessie theory always fucking floored me.
Dude.
I'm not for it.
I don't hate that theory.
No, because it's absurdly amusing.
It's hilarious.
But boy, that makes it all good.
It's not real. It's a goddamn ghost. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rule book out the window.
Out the window.
There you go. Nothing. Can't do anything with it. And obviously, we got a little bit of yellow journalism here in this story from the.
Okay. We got
which
presumptive journalism.
Is fun.
I wouldn't necessarily call it yellow because there is a chance that they had to burn this thing to death in its cave and that people actually saw it. There is a chance. We can't rule it out entirely.
There is a chance.
Maybe it was, I don't know, little honey orange journalism.
I mean,
All right, yeah, I know. We got to take it with a grain of salt. We do.
I mean, if it is to be believed that the British troops were told don't go into the into the jungle because of these things, and there is some truth there.
Sure.
Something must have happened to that dude,
Right.
for them to be like, well, then again, I don't know. Maybe they just were like, fuck it, we ain't taking a chance. Kind of like you tell your kids fables and tales and to like keep them away from water or
Sure,
whatever.
sure.
You tell the soldiers like, don't go in the jungle because you'll
Oh, how many children are ruined but not drowning
you're
by
right.
being told like Jenny Greenteeth is living in that body of
like
water, like some
Kappas
English kid, a couple,
exactly.
or in Japan, and you're fucked up and you're terrified, but you're not drowning.
See, but they don't want the British soldiers going out into the jungle getting fucked up, boozing hard, cigs, doing their shit out there.
Doing what the British do.
I don't know where the bars in the jungle are.
Probably none. But,
you never know.
Let's just go with it.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean these are massive. Even like the later ones here, like where like they're in the Dominican. Like I've been to Mexico. That's like the most exotic far place I've been, and like I mean I don't know. I would be fucking appalled if I saw that thing in my hotel room.
Because that's a game-changing moment where, like right now, we all have the luxury of Chris can be pragmatic as he should be, and like you'd think it'd be in a museum. We can all have that luxury of thinking, and a lot of people say the respiratory system won't work if they got any bigger. It's absurd, and we can all live in the comfort of that.
Yeah.
You see one, and you're fucked for the rest of your life. They're there, and you can't undo that.
Your days are ruined.
Yeah,
like
always looking up. I mean. Fuck.
Yeah, and I don't like spiders as it is. Even the ones I encounter at work, like the big bastards, like I just leave them alone. I like walk around them. I'm like, oh, there's a spider. Walk around. I do walk into webs all the time, though.
I don't fuck with spiders outside. They can do their shit. As I said the first time, I don't fuck with spiders inside.
Yeah, no.
Unless they're on my shit. Like I have talks with my spiders. I don't know if they understand, but at least I feel better just in case. I'm like, you do your shit. You eat the bugs.
Yeah.
I do my shit.
You
get near me. It's oblivion.
This is not spider based, but it did like ruin me. And when I first moved to Troop Ave, when my parents moved there, and I had that room that was like in the basement off to the side, I can remember hearing the scuttling of a silverfish. It was enormous. And it's not a spider, but it was a huge. I could hear it clacking on the.
Those things.
Oh, you mean a house centipede?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are they silverfish or are they house centipedes?
They're two different things.
Two different things.
Okay.
Silverfish look like fish.
They move in a way that is so highly disturbing.
Yeah.
It's antediluvian.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
This thing was big enough that I could hear it.
They have
clacking.
a million legs.
Yeah, and it just scared. And I watched it run across the floor, and it went up the wall, and I was just like, I'm going to sleep upstairs.
Yeah.
And then that was that.
That's fair.
It scared the shit out of me.
I understand.
Now, mind you, when I was a baby and almost lost my foot to a spider,
sure,
it was a different story.
Yeah.
That was probably my fault. It's probably my fault.
Hey, kid, share that tit. Fuck you.
Taking the blame for that one.
Wow.
So, yeah, man, wild shit, dude.
So,
Giant spiders are super scary. And next week, man, like you said.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking war spiders.
The shit gets real. I mean, it gets worse. These were a lot of people seeing things.
Seeing large spiders, yeah.
And that's setting the tone. And I felt it was necessary. Could have skipped all that, just gone for the good stuff. But no. Spiders are there. Ostensibly.
Okay.
Next time, spiders are fucking your shit up.
Oh, man.
All the time.
I mean, yeah.
Is there any possibility of cannons versus spiders?
There's some possibility of weapons v spiders.
Okay. Like
it is not a cannon.
Anti-aircraft weapons?
It is not that big. I think that would be an unnecessary use and expenditure.
M80s. Just throw M80s in. I feel like if you do it right, it's fine.
Dude, there's a bunch of those bunk ass M80s that I got for 4th of July. Yeah, they didn't do anything.
Duds.
No.
So, and I also have to leave our listeners out there with the recommendation again. I started with it, and I think it's appropriate. Name the pot after it. Check out Giant Spider Invasion.
Oh, yeah,
if
dude.
you like
100%.
lousy giant monster movies from, I think this was it was 75. It was definitely, I was going to say the 70s, but it's definitely 75. It's so fun. It's so no budget. When you see that Volkswagen Beetle's giant spider chasing like little leaguers across the field, you're like, I'm in bad movie heaven.
I literally I was looking for, like, on Instagram, I put up pictures of the episodes, and I came across that. I was like, I'm going to say that for a different one. I'm glad that I did.
Yes.
So we're going to use that one for this episode.
Absolutely appropriate.
100%. So there you go. Thank you so very much for joining us, Cryptonaut Podcast. Robert, we got some folks to thank over there. patreon.com/Cryptonaut Podcast. All your bonus monthly content. Got some supercuts dropping over there.
Oh,
And
really?
when we drop the supercuts, we put them up there for free. So we'll drop the links. You can listen to them on Spotify, or you can go right to Patreon to listen to them.
I love
And,
that. Which ones are we dropping?
I'm not going to give them too much away, but we
Okay.
might be going to Brazil with some aliens that may have
Okay.
hurt somebody.
All right, fair.
Mm.
You're also not being super subtle.
Not being very subtle at all. But
No.
yeah, I'm actually...
Maybe James Fox was there to talk about it.
Yeah. Our good buddy Dark Hero Dan did the
Bless
Lord's
him.
work. Dude, he sent me a folder of supercuts, and I was like, holy shit.
I mean, what a champion.
Yeah. Dude, when I look at him, I'm like 4 hours.
Because
I'm
that's
like,
not easy work.
No. But
Oh, thank you.
yeah, these are not going to be, I don't think they're nearly as big as like Stardust or anything like that. I think that was like 9 hours.
That was much.
But these are some pretty big hauls, and I'm pretty stoked to be. I'm going to start seeding them out.
I do
throughout the year.
love how and we talked about this before. Literally how fucking people that listen to Stardust are like, holy shit, it changed my life. It's the best thing ever. Or they're like, you fucking broke me. I loved everything you guys did, and then I needed recovery. And I'm glad I came back because you guys are doing a pod again. But you fucking annihilated my psyche with that fucking 9-hour odyssey.
I was actually,
And I don't blame them.
I was
a lot.
I was looking at the post today on Patreon, and someone wrote, by the end of this, I turned into John Edwards.
Yeah.
I was like John Edmonds. I was like, nice, sick.
It is an immersive experience.
It is 100%, dude. By the end, you're like, yeah, no, I'm ready to kill aliens 100%.
I was so ready to write the screenplay. I had no rights to it, so I didn't bother. But I was like,
He's
after doing all that,
John's not around.
yeah. But his wife, I'm sure.
Hey,
Like, you can't tell someone's story without
we
getting
can,
the estate's
we
permission.
can make
Ah,
adjustments.
boy, I think that's fucking would be a great
we
movie.
could totally do it. But again, that is over there, patreon.com/.
You know what throws me off too? I'm sorry about that.
Podcast.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Why the fuck is Beyond Skinwalker Ranch not going to Stardust? Are they not able to? Are they not allowed? Or are they not even trying?
I'm assuming somebody owns it.
Because they're
now.
always
Yeah.
going to the
Probably
same
not.
same fucking places, and that's fine. It's a fine little show. It's
Right.
in many ways more entertaining, I think, than Skinwalker Ranch, even though I watch every episode faithfully because I guess I can't get enough of fucking rockets and laser light shows. But every now and again they come up with a tidbit that's intriguing. But at least the team on Beyond Skinwalker, they're going to places and that are different and checking things out, getting some vibes. I just would love to see them do Stardust.
They might not have access, man.
They might not. I
They
know.
never know.
Mm.
I know.
Or they know. They know the truth.
Too much. They'll take it
Yeah.
home with them.
All of a sudden, you come home and your pool's empty with a bunch of furniture, and you're like, "Fuck, they found me."
That's the beginning.
Yeah, that's how it starts.
Whew.
Yeah.
It really is.
All right, man. Shout outs to Patreon.
Yes, indeed. Beginning with Val,
Thank you so much, Vale.
Abigail Blom,
Thank you so much, Abigail. We appreciate it.
the elusive Doug Squatch.
Oh, the elusive
Wait.
Doug Squatch. Hell yeah,
you
dog.
can't find that motherfucker.
No, you
Try.
can't.
Try.
Cannot.
Can't do it. Kyle Carter.
Thank you, Kyle. We appreciate it.
Oh my God, you're like an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Nice. Totally.
Last, never fucking least, thank you, Damian Dalton.
Hell yeah, Damien. Thank you. We appreciate that monthly support again. Patreon.com/Cryptonaut podcast. Bonus audios, bonus videos, all kinds of bonus content. You can get access to the Discord. We have the free supercuts over there. You can check those out. Monthly support. We appreciate it. Follow us on the Instas, the Twitters, the Facebooks, the TikToks, the YouTubes, the shorts, the videos. Social media is happening. Breaking down societal walls, making shit collapse.
Shit, okay.
I don't think.
Furthering the AI.
Okay, fair enough.
Furthering the AI. So check all that
Oh, for
out.
doing
man.
that.
And we got some merch.
We sure do.
While AI takes us over, AI is not taking over the merch game, boys.
No, we're
Yeah.
doing that all in house.
Hellerspace.com. Check that out. Get that merch. We got some shorts up there that are pretty fun, super comfy. I lived in mine for like 4 days.
Nice.
Yeah, I just kept wearing them. Then
Nothing
I was
wrong with
like,
that.
well, I got
Yeah.
some spaghetti stains on them.
That happens.
I better wash them.
Good call.
Yeah.
Yep. So I
Did
washed
they
them up.
survive the wash though?
Oh yeah, they were great.
Oh,
They're
fantastic.
super comfortable too.
Yeah, I washed mine before I wore them. I did that.
Oh, did
whenever- I never just wear something. I always have to
Oh
wash
yeah,
it
no, I
first.
just raw that shit. Just put it on.
Because there's always
Jam with
there's
it.
always things that need to be filtered out,
Oh,
like of new bed sheets and stuff. When you wash them and dry them for the first time, there's like your lint thing is going to be
do I wash?
full of like.
I'm not in
shit.
charge of the bed
like,
sheets, so that's the thing. That's Nicole.
Yeah.
Maybe she just got a new set.
Really?
Very warm.
I'm glad.
I
Dare
like
say
complete control over my laundry.
too warm.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
that's a problem.
I'm a sweaty boy at night.
Hey, that's not what you want to
It's
be.
not great.
No.
No, not great at
Suboptimal.
all. Yeah. not at all.
God damn it.
But again, you can get that merch, HellerSpace.com. It's always on sale. We always got all kinds of fun shit happening
Yeah.
there. Back to school, do all that shit up. Check out our YouTube videos. They are our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Cryptonaut Podcast. Got all kinds of fun stuff happening over there. And that is it. We'll be talking with you next week, coming back with War Spiders, the Spiders of War.
Yeah.
Yeah, I expect full metal fucking solutions.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Like, I want songs.
Yeah.
I want you guys to bring your A game.
Dude, I'll bring my Lemmy hat.
Maybe I can write something real quick in a week, and
All right.
we'll take that.
Maybe
out.
I'll bring my
That'd be great.
battle vest. It'll be sick.
Yeah. They're badass.
Hell yeah.
They're fucking shit
All
up.
right.
All right, cool. I love it. There you are. Thank you all
shit.
so very much. And we're talking to you soon.
Bye, guys.
Peace.